Welcome to London Beautiful Life. My name is Karlo Baker and we're at the Raindance Film Festival celebrating the premiere Our Kid at the Curzon Theatre in Mayfair. What would you say was one of the most challenging things to kind of just tell the story? What would you say was the number one challenge?
One of the things that's strange is there's a bit of a taboo about not casting people that are actually disabled. And the writer, producer and actor behind this is not disabled, but his cousin, it was about him. So he wanted to bring his story, and the way that this guy portrays somebody with cerebral palsy, the research that he did to make it real is just incredible what he did. So it was a challenge. It was also a challenge for him because he's producing. So Peter going, where's my lunch and what's for dinner and how do I get there? And then he's got to switch into this character, which was incredibly hard to do. So that was a challenge in nurturing his performance and making, getting the performances out of people, letting those performances breathe as well,
So just for all the people who haven't obviously seen it yet, and I haven't seen it, I've seen the trailer, which looked really good, and I would like to, if you just summarise what the film is, what's the essence of the film?
The film is a true story of Thomas, severely disabled, and Laura Riley, his sister, who then went on to play for Liverpool ladies football team, and actually became the captain. So that's kind of what it's about. So it's diversity, it's heart and soul, it's a heartwarming story. So it's about success over adversity. You're given this terrible hand of cards, and you don't care. You succeed anyway. So that's what it's about. It's about succeeding against all the odds.
Elliot, thank you for taking the time. You're obviously the founder of Raindance Film Festival, which we're here for tonight. An incredible setup, incredible film tonight for Our Kid. Now, tell me what the inspiration behind Raindance is, full stop, and what your vision was with the company and where you're taking it. We'd love to find out a bit more.
Back in 1993, there were so few British films, and those few British films that existed didn't get screened anywhere. They got put inside the World Cinema Strand at the big festivals like London and Edinburgh. So I thought, start a festival for British independent film. And then I found out something quite disgusting about you British, which is you're snobs. And you didn't see a big logo on our festival message. You still don't, by the way. And it took about 5 years for British people to realize it was kind of cool to have a film festival to celebrate their work right in the heart of the West End, as we are here tonight. It's ram-packed here tonight for the amazing film Our Kid.
Winning an Oscar is quite a big achievement, / a hurdle maybe, or burden, or I don't know what it is. But what would you say was one of the most amazing moments of winning that Oscar?
Oh my goodness, it was such a blur, the whole thing. We're super fortunate that it happened. I mean, actually, after the Oscar, so many amazing things proceeded. We were actually campaigning for access to education for deaf children at the time, and we managed to get the film screened in Parliament, the United Nations Conference, and the first ever Global Disability Summit. And so that followed the Oscar, and that just couldn't have got any better for us for what we were trying to do. So all of it, really. What would you say?
I mean, it was a wild ride. You never expect anything like that to happen, but it's really about the work, and I think that it opens doors, but it doesn't get you jobs. So you've still got to put in the graft.
John, absolute pleasure to meet you. We're here for the premiere of Our Kid, and obviously you've been heavily involved with that film. Now, tell our audience and listeners, what have you been doing? What's your role in it, and why are you so passionate about it?
Right, I play the grandfather of the family, who's a bit of a bad joke teller. Dad jokes.
Yes.
But he makes the family laugh, and that's great. He's a cab driver, so he talks a lot, and he's a hoot really. He has a lot of fun with the family and stuff. So it's a great character to play. It wasn't hard to do. It was one of the, and usually I don't do comedy. I usually do very serious parts. Okay. But this is the only sort of light part I've ever played, so it's been great.
But tell me a bit more about your involvement. How you got involved in this film?
So I played Tracy Riley, who is the mum of the family. I got involved. Daniel got in touch with me to discuss the film. We were talking about the characters, and I read the script, and I said to him, I really connect. I love her. I just connected with it as soon as I read it, and it kind of went from there, and it just all happened very quickly. It's a lovely part. It's a lovely story. It's very touching. It's very real, I think. I hope. I haven't seen it yet, so But I love being a part of it. I'm filming it in Liverpool as well. It's where I'm from, so I was very proud of that.
Obviously, Britain's Got Talent this year, which was obviously a great show, which everyone knows and hopefully loves. Well, now, coming from that, what was your experience of Britain's Got Talent, and how has that affected what you're doing now? Do you enjoy the journey? Was it crazy? Was it bad? Was it sad? What do you think?
For me, it was actually amazing because I've been working on a new concept, a new show. So I'm a singing digital illusionist, singing magician.
Love it.
And it's I'm the first that's ever done it. So I've been preparing for this for 3 or 4 years, and obviously I thought for the debut of it, why not put it on the biggest stage in the world, get it out there, and it was incredible. I've had a lot of amazing support from the public, some great opportunities come from it. So I can't really moan about it. It was incredible. It was great, all in all.
Well, obviously, you're a performer then in many ways as well. So knowing, doing a film or doing a live show is equally challenging. What would you say is one of the biggest challenges you face when you do the shows? Obviously, there's a million things going on. What would you say?
I mean, I found out more when I started doing this show, for instance. I've started working with a team, so I had a team of like 20 people. Before I done that, I was just doing my own show, so it was a one-man thing. So I could always rely on myself. I didn't have to stress or worry about anyone else. And then the moment I started doing a big production, it's scary because a lot of it's out of your hands.
Yeah.
So if someone else sort of slips or something doesn't go quite to plan, it's out of your control, but you're the one in the firing line because you're there on the stage. And believe me, I've had a couple of moments like that where I stood there and looked a bit of a donut. But the show must go on. Absolutely. You carry on, you get it done, on we jolly well go.
Just to say, so, all things the film tonight, what are you most excited about? Obviously watching independent films.
Yeah, do you know what? I've always been a big fan of like comedies, and because I've got slight ADHD, so I can't sit down. But comedies seem to get me like tuned in, so I look forward to a couple of the jokes and just light-hearted banter and stuff like that. Yeah, so I watched the trailer. Big fan of Scousers. I had a bad experience there, but we won't go into that. But yeah, they got cool accents and stuff, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
I was trying to understand the accents. I was really listening intently, but it is cool. It adds part of the film.
Yeah, it's like it feels like they're in a completely different country, the way they act as well. But it should make the film even funnier, right? So,
well, they're all from there, which is cool. So it kind of adds to the authenticity of the film, which I think is quite cool. So tell me about your involvement in the film, and what are you doing in the film?
So I play a nurse in a pivotal scene in the film, which I hope will sort of capture the hearts of the audience, understand the stakes at play. So yeah, it was, even the small part in this film was a massive honour because it's such a beautiful community piece about our cities. You can probably tell from the voice I'm a sneaky Scouser. I like to think I am, and I live there, but I'm not really. But it definitely, as the city stole my heart, and I think through this piece of art it will steal everyone's.
Raindance is about being better. It's just the cool boutique with the cool stuff you can't find anywhere else. And by the way, Raindance is not a film festival, it's Raindance.